I don't care how much you plead the blood. I plead the blood. People don't even know what pleading the blood means. Cover it in the blood. Cover it in the blood. If this the blood, and this is a demon on me, it's a demon of witchcraft. Pray for me. They like, I plead the blood, cover in the blood. What did you do? All you did was put a covering on. You covered me and the fight. So nothing else can come, but nothing left. You don't cover until the end. Covering is when you cover somebody after you done dealt with what was on them. Say this is spirit right here. I got to deal with the spirit first. So the first thing I want to do is rebuke it. Because say the spirit going like this. So in the spirit, I'm like, man, my head pounding. So it's just like spirit just on top of me, just dancing. So I said, I rebuke you. He stopped. Headache's still there. So the next thing I need to do is loose him because he's still on my head. So I say, loose me and let me go in Jesus' name. Spirit, get up. And it goes into the atmosphere like this. I don't want it to be free in my atmosphere. So what I do is I say, I bind you up in Jesus' name. All of a sudden, it binds up. So it's tied up, but it's still in my atmosphere. So it's going to eventually get free from the binds. Because it's spirit, don't got to sleep, so it ain't gonna do nothing but all this all day. And God renew our strength daily. So the strength that I use to do this on Tuesday ain't gonna hold them on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Depends on how strong you is. But just for teaching purposes, let's just say God give you enough strength for that day. So you only bind it for one day. Now you got to cast it out. My pastor always taught me to cast it out of darkness, never to return in Jesus' name. Out of darkness is space. You evict the devil off of earth. It take him hundreds of years to get back. He do not want to go to outer darkness. The reason why you got to be in that order, some of us bind everything. Say this, the headache. My head hurt. I bind this headache. So what you did was you bind the headache to your head. You should have loosed them first. So you say, I loose you first. Get him off of you first before you bind it, because the bind gonna go around you and him. Then you bind when you're supposed to be loosing, and you loosen when you're supposed to be bind. God is what tells you what spirit to bind, rebuke, loose, cast out. If you can't hear the voice of God, you ain't gonna know what spirit to go at anyway. You just gonna assume. You're like, this feels like witchcraft. It ain't witchcraft. It's anger. But you say witchcraft. That's why the anger ain't going nowhere, because you're going at witchcraft when you should be going at anger. Demons do not respond to what they're not. Let's talk about the opposite, because we don't always want to make it about the devil. Let's talk about God when it comes to loosing and binding. When the last time you loose peace in your house? When the last time you commanded everything out of your house that's not like God, and you said, Lord, I loose peace, togetherness, happiness. He said, what you loose in earth shall be loosed in heaven. I loose it now. I bind joy. I bind peace. I bind orderliness. I bind togetherness to my house. It's a time to bind good, and it's a time to bind bad. It's a time to loose good, and it's a time to loose bad. This is why you need teaching. It's why you need training.